Sup, nerds? I'm James Palmquist with Nerd Alert, and we are, wouldn't you guess, Nerd Alert. Say hi, everybody. One at a time, please.
Hey nerds, Jimmy here.
Hello, it's me, Kyle, still.
Hey guys, Brandon here.
I'm Chase, I guess. I don't know.
You guess.
Hello, I am M.N. Miller, acclaimed film and television critic.
That's an intro.
That was a typo. By that,
acclaimed.
They called me acclaimed. I think they went through ChatGPT and it went from M.N. Miller acclaims to acclaimed critic M.N. Miller.
But keep it, dude. It works.
It's going on my tombstone.
Nice. So today we are here to talk about Robert Downey Jr., who has just been announced to be playing Doctor Doom in the upcoming Marvel projects. Our passionate Brandon here has a lot of opinions on this. So, Brandon, why don't you take it away? What do you have to say?
I'm excited about this because I think it's a cool idea because they're obviously going to go with the multiverse thing. The thing that confuses me the most about it is the confusion other people seem to have about Robert Downey Jr. playing Victor Von Doom, because they did specifically say that in the announcement that he's playing Victor Von Doom, Doctor Doom. He's not Tony Stark becoming Doom. He's not Doom being Iron Man. He is Victor Von Doom in the multiverse who just happens to look like Tony Stark. I'm really excited for this because you're going to get to see just Robert Downey Jr. go from the biggest hero to the biggest bad guy. But there's a lot with Secret Wars. I want to reread it just to kind of update me on everything. If you guys paid attention in Deadpool versus Wolverine, when they first enter the wasteland, to the right of Deadpool is one of the issues of Secret Wars written by Jonathan Hickman, which is the direction I think we're going to go in with all of that. But I'm really excited to see just the range of this person in the same world go from top hero to top villain. And it's going to pull a lot out of Pedro Pascal because, I mean, that's the two adversaries right there. So I'm excited to see what that looks like with the two of them.
All right. That's great to hear. I'll be honest, knowing Brandon, I was expecting like the most vile critique of this choice ever. I mean, he hates Ben Reilly, so I don't expect him to have good opinions.
Yeah, so Brandon, with that being said, which direction do you think they're going to go with introducing Victor Von Doom? Do you think that they're going to go like he's going to kill all the Kang variants like he does in that one issue that I don't remember the name of? Or which intro to this character do you think they were going to get? Do you think that he's just going to be in a universe and like stumbles upon multiversal travel like he did like Tony Stark did in Endgame and then somehow ends up being like Doom? I would love to know your thoughts on how you think that he's going to ultimately end up in our main MCU.
Well, I think they're establishing the Fantastic Four as a team from a different world. I mean, in the trailer that leaked that we haven't like officially seen, you see Galactus. So there's no record of the Fantastic Four or Galactus in our, I guess we'll call it the sacred timeline, since that's what I guess was deemed after Loki. So he's going to be a Doom from another world. With Secret Wars, the big thing with his Avengers run is they're stopping these incursions, which is when two worlds meet and crash into each other. And basically the last two were the Ultimate Universe and the 616 universe. So I don't know. I've read some theories that like he might be causing incursions because he's thinking if he collapses everything into one, that'll save everyone. Because it's kind of like Doom's thing is always like he's doing what he wants to better himself because he thinks he's the ultimate authority. He doesn't really care what anybody else has to say. He's like, I'm smarter than everybody, so I'm just going to do this, and I don't need to ask permission because, once again, I'm smarter than everybody. So I'm assuming he's going to be introduced either as the whatever universe the Fantastic Four are from, or another version of Doom in one of these worlds that they're going to go through. Because I think that's what you're going to see with the FF is a lot of like multiversal travel. And I mean, we still have like the negative zone to visit. I don't know how they're going to incorporate that. So there's a lot on this Fantastic Four movie coming out.
I do want to quickly touch on what you just said about him causing incursions and destroying worlds so that it's just one. Do you think that'll eventually lead into Secret Wars with God Doom in that, like you said, he's destroying these different universes, kind of creating the one ultimate one. And instead of the sacred timeline, it's a combination of all possible timelines and Secret Wars. Do you think that'll kind of be the case?
That's exactly what I think they're going to do. I think he's going to end up. I like if you read. I have the regular hardcover. I don't have the omnibus with all the tie-ins and stuff. But basically, he creates Battle World, and it's kind of everything all tied in together. There's like the wall that he builds with like the Marvel zombies in that area, which is where he would send like other people, and then you had like the Thor core. It's a really good thing. If they ever, I'm assuming we're going to get a lot of reprints of some stuff in the next couple of years, but it's worth picking up the companion with all the tie-in issues because I think that's what they're going to do. I think that you're going to end up with like Battle World with everything tied together, and with Deadpool and Wolverine introducing like Hugh Jack, like because it's not Logan. That was a different Wolverine. It was the worst Wolverine, as we all saw when we watched that. So I think it's going to be another thing is more of a final send-off to a lot of these other worlds. Like if we see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and all this other stuff, because they did say that Secret Wars is going to end the multiverse hubbub. But with that, I have a theory that another big part of that is another villain named the Maker, who is actually Ultimate Reed Richards, who ends up becoming a bad guy, and he gets folded into the 616 universe. But I'm casting my prediction now that they're going to put Miles Teller as the Maker because he's a Reed Richards from another world.
So real quick, before you continue down that path, just for context for people that may not be familiar, because there are two different Secret Wars events. Are you discussing the most recent Secret Wars or the first Secret Wars?
I'm talking Hickman Secret Wars.
Which one?
Which is when the last incursion happens, and then Doom gets the opportunity to remake the world in his image and liking.
So the most recent iteration of the story. Okay.
Yes, not the 80s with the black suit Spider-Man reveal.
So do you think, as this is sort of the fourth launch of the Fantastic Four, do you think we're going to get an origin story that shows the Fantastic Four and Doom? What's more my question, because we're all familiar with Robert Downey Jr., what he looks like and all that stuff. Do you think if he's just already in the mask, not a big deal, or they may even go a Colin Farrell way with Penguin where we don't even recognize him? But what are your thoughts on the origin? Are we going to show that again?
I mean, we could. We're not seeing it in the trailer so far. There's no mention of Victor anywhere. So we don't know that he's going to appear in this. But, I mean, the cool thing about this multiverse stuff is you can take, we don't have a Fantastic Four in the Sacred Timeline, So maybe this version of the FF doesn't have a Victor Von Doom yet. Or, maybe the one he meets is a multi-dimensional Doom. I think my biggest thing was that I was just super confused by the amount of people that were like, so how does Tony Stark become Dr. Doom? And I'm like, he doesn't. It's Victor Von Doom becoming Victor Von Doom.
To build on what you were saying, Brandon, you made me think of an interesting theory of what if we go the opposite way, where it's like not everyone coming to our secret timeline or our sacred timeline, because that was basically crafted by Kang up until this point. Maybe this new universe that they're introducing with the Fantastic Four ends up being the universe that everyone ends up in at the end of everything. Like
that's not a bad idea.
You know what I mean? So that's their like more comic accurate universe that they can basically pull everybody that they want from each place. And like you have the Fox universe, you have the Avengers universe, you have all of these, even X-Men 97 you could pull from, all to end up in this Fantastic Four universe by the end of it, which is the true, more comic accurate version that Kevin Feige and the Marvel probably wanted to build from the beginning and just wasn't able to, but now can get a more comic accurate version of that.
I would love to butt in here and just say,
go ahead.
If they don't make an Earth 1999 joke somewhere in there, I will be severely disappointed.
The 1999.
Well, I mean, that's what the MCU is referred to in the comic books. It's Earth
Them, oh,
1999.
in the you mean like the designate? Because I've that's always bothered me when they started calling the movie version 616, because I'm like, the 616 universe acknowledges the movie universe throughout little things. So I think that would be very clever.
Thank you so much, Brandon, for your very colorful analysis. Would anybody like to rebuttal or just say something negative to make Brandon angry?
Oh, dude, I'm chill
What's up?
today, man.
What's up, Ben Riley?
Ben Riley is the inferior clone of Peter Parker. Who
Ben Riley is Peter Parker.
he is a clone of Peter Parker.
We don't know that for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Brandon, for an incredible look at RDJ as Doctor Doom. Thank you for also going into clarifying a lot of the confusion that seems to come up with people thinking like, oh, it's Iron Man as Doom, or huh? That was a very helpful look at what's going on. And I really appreciated the kind of like theories and analysis you brought on. Because I mean, there's so much they can go off of. And I feel like it would be really, really hard for them to mess this up, given how good the most recent Secret Wars was. But with that, we are Nerd Alert, and we'll catch you on the flip side.